Good afternoon, Veronica. How are you?
I'm fine.
Glad to hear that. How about you, Heidi and
Hello,
Vanessa?
Teacher.
Hey,
hello,
Vanessa.
teacher. I'm fine,
Hello.
and you?
Good. Yeah. Okay. So remember, I'm recording this session just to let you know. I hope you had a restful Saturday evening yesterday and a nice morning today. So, as I told you yesterday, we were going to continue talking about present simple, but this time we're going to talk about different uses of this tense, right? So, um, having said that, I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, so just let me know if you can see the PowerPoint presentation.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, okay, that's great. Okay, so we're here with Vanessa, Veronica, and Heidi. I'm gonna ring all again. Oh, and now Silvana. How are you, Silvana?
Sure.
Hi. Okay, so Silvana, can you see the PowerPoint presentation?
Teacher, I can see.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Nice. Okay, so that's great.
Yes,
Oh,
teacher, I can see.
nice. Thank you. Okay, so we can use the present simple to talk about something that is always true. Okay, so this is slightly different from yesterday because yesterday we were talking about um, something that is true about you, right? Like, for example, I am 30 years old, I am a student, things like that, right? But today we're going to talk more about facts. Facts are like real information or information that is always true. Usually we're talking about science, okay, or about things that always have the same result, okay? So now let's look at the examples. The human body contains 206 bones. Okay, so this is a fact. Why? Because I would say that every human being uh, has 206 bones. There are exceptions, but as a general rule, we must have 206 bones, right? So that's like the regular human body uh, bones, right? Now, light travels at almost 300,000 kilometers per second. Okay, so this is a rule. This is something that it. Sorry. Okay, so this is always. Oh, sorry, I can't hear you very well. Magnolia?
Hello, teacher. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you, teacher.
Hey, nice. So, Magnolia, we're talking about present simple, but today we're talking more about facts, about things that are always true. And then we're talking about science. Science is something that is very accurate. I mean, something that it's always true. Okay, so that's why we trust science, right? And for example, here, light travels at almost 300,000 kilometers per second. Okay, so no matter where in the world you are, if you make an experiment, you can always have the same result about light. Okay, so light will always travel at this speed. Okay? So it's something that is always true. Okay, here I brought more examples. Okay, so for example, the Earth turns 360 degrees every day. Okay, that's a fact. Okay, that's always true. The moon orbits the Earth. That's something permanent, right? Something that always happens. So the moon goes around the Earth, isn't it? So that's why the moon is a satellite. The oceans are deep and cold. The oceans, right? So no matter if it's the Pacific Ocean or the Atlantic Ocean, they are deep, deep and cold, right? The oceans move in circular currents. Circular. That's something that always happens. The land moves on plates. Sorry. And remember, when we have earthquakes, it's because those plates move, right? So earthquakes occur often. So do you have any questions about this?
No, teacher.
No? Another example. Um, okay, wind blows across the land. Blows. Okay, wind blows across the land. Wind comes from differences in air pressure. As you see, all of these are very scientific facts. Rain gives water to life. Rain falls in the winter. Yeah, actually, in Colombia, you have the winter, or let's say the rainy season in April, right? So rain falls in April. It's something that you can say, right? Or for example, the sun rises at 5 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so the sun rises at 5 a.m. in the morning. Plants give us oxygen. Plants give us oxygen, or plants grow in soil. And or look at the next one. People depend on Earth's resources, and that's true, right? Because we depend on food, we depend on water, and all of them are natural resources. People exercise for good health in general. Yeah, some other people exercise for other reasons, but in general, people exercise for good health, right? Okay, so can you give me some examples of this? Okay, I'm gonna, oh, Heidi?
More example or the same?
Yeah, different examples. Yeah.
For example, the sky is blue.
The sky is blue. Yes. Yeah. Or for example, another one. If you mix yellow and blue, you get green, right? So that's something that is always true. So every time you mix yellow and blue, you get green. Or for example, ice melts under the sun, right? Or water evaporates when it's heated. Yeah, things like that.
I have an example.
Okay, Veronica.
Mm, it's dangerous to swim in the ocean because of the sharks.
Yes, yeah, that could be a fact. Yes, yeah, that could be something true, right? Yeah, nice. So we also have Natalia here. Hi, Natalia.
Hi, good afternoon, teacher. I'm sorry I'm late. I was taking a shower with my daughter, but I'm here.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, Natalia, we're talking about present simple to talk about facts and things that are always true. Yeah, so here we had some examples, as you can see, like plants give us oxygen, rain falls in the winter, or we were talking about in Colombia, rain falls in April, right? Um, yeah, or for example, the moon orbits the earth, or the oceans are deep and cold. So we're saying that usually when we're talking about facts, we use science, right? But not all the time, right? Because you can also talk about something permanent, like the if you mix yellow and blue, you get green, right? So that's something that that's when you get the same result, right? So now I'm asking everyone to give examples of facts. And Veronica already said, Heidi as well. So I don't know if you want to give it a try. I don't know, maybe Magnolia, Silvana, Vanessa, Natalia.
Yes, teacher. I think I have an example.
Okay.
Um, a scientific fact could be something like if you put water in the freezer,
Mm-hmm.
the,
Yes.
wa- the water
Yes.
the water freezes. Yeah, and it
Yes.
becomes solid.
Yes. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, very
Okay,
well.
teacher, I think that I have
Vanessa?
other example. The water is necessary by the human being.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Yeah, humans need water to survive, to live. Magnolia said in the chat, people die every day. Yes, that's a fact. People die every day. Yeah, that's something permanent, right? Yeah, and also people um, are born every day. So that's the balance. Okay, so yeah, it was really nice to get your examples. So thank you very much. Okay, so now here, we're gonna complete a worksheet, but okay, so I'm gonna do something. We're gonna do it together, okay? And after, we are going to, I'm gonna post it to the chat, okay? For you to practice at home anytime. Yeah, when you, well, when you have time, you can practice at home, okay? Okay, so as I told you before, present simple for science facts. And here we have to match the sentences has. Okay, so here we have the number and on the other column we have letters. Okay, so I want you to tell me, because you know the idea is to speak, I want you to tell me how to match, okay, this half sentences. So for example, number one, if you put sugar in hot tea, it dissolves, right? It dissolves, se disuelve, right? Now, number two, ice cubes float.
If you put them in water.
If you put them in water. Okay, yes. Number three, when you mix red and blue,
You get purple.
You get purple.
yeah, yeah, good. Yeah, it's okay. If you participate, it's okay. Yeah. And number four, chocolate chips melt.
When you
They
put them in
seem
the oven.
not.
And when you put them in the oven, right? And the last one, oh wait, what did it? Chocolate, yeah, when you put them in the oven. When you drop coins in a fountain, they sink. It's the last one, right? Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, when you drop. So remember, drop is this. Soltar, drop, right? You drop. So if you drop coins, coins is the money, but the round metal, right? So when you drop coins in a fountain, they sink. They go to the bottom. They sink. Is that clear?
Yes,
Yes,
teacher,
teacher.
is clear.
Yes? Okay. Now let's move to the next one. Okay, so here you have to complete the sentences. And if you notice, there's some brackets. So in the brackets, you have, for example, not freeze. And then water, there's a blank in hot places, right? So you need to use the present simple form. How do you make the present simple form for negative? For negative sentences?
Do doesn't and don't?
Yes, doesn't and don't. Good. But in number one, we're talking about water. So water is the same that it,
It
right? So
doesn't
for
freeze.
it, yeah, doesn't. Yeah, doesn't freeze.
In hot
Okay.
place.
So I'm gonna take a screenshot and I'm gonna paste it in the chat. And Okay, I want you to let me know what's your answer. Okay, just you can speak. Magnolia, do you wanna say something?
No, teacher.
Ah, okay. It's just that you have your microphone open, so I thought that maybe number two. Okay, so
The
explain.
teacher explains the experiment. The experiment.
Yes, nice. Yeah, very well. Anyone else? So remember, if you want, you can
Water
raise your hand.
boils,
Sorry?
water boils by the number 3
Yeah, water boils. Yes,
at
yeah, water
temperature.
boils. Yeah, very well.
Number four. Number four,
Number
teacher.
four. Mm-hmm.
Solids doesn't mean size or shape.
Solids don't change. Yeah, because
Don't
Because
forget
there
them.
are more than one.
yeah, because solids is plural, right?
Yes.
It's like they. Okay, good. Number five. Who wants to try number five? Scientist.
Me, teacher.
You,
Uh,
please.
ese
Wait a
sonido
minute.
lo hago yo.
Magnolia, can you please mute your microphone? Okay, go
I
ahead.
think, pero I'm a little confused because it would be a scientist or scientists. I think it's missing the S.
Yes, they're
Science,
missing. Yes.
yes, scientists test a
Mhm.
hypothesis by doing an experiment.
Yes. Yeah, I totally agree with you. In that case, would be scientists. Yeah, test. Yeah, very well. And then number six.
Mariana doesn't make a conclusion of her experiment.
Yes, doesn't make. And the last one, she
Analysis? I don't sure.
analyzes.
Okay.
Analyzes. Yeah, you just need to add S. Analyzes. Mhm. Yeah, I heard data or data. Oh my goodness. First. Yeah, the pronunciation of that word varies. So you can say data or data. I know.
Data. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so now let's move to the next part. Okay, so let me take.
Teacher, the pronunciation of data depends on it. Does it depend on the American accent or the British accent?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Here, sometimes I am watching the news or my professors at university, they say data, but sometimes they say data. The problem with Canada, it's like we are in between because we sometimes we have some words that are pronounced like American pronunciation, but there are some others that have a British spelling. So here we are caught in between. Um,
Mm,
It's
okay,
similar to
because
me.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe Natalia, I don't know. Do you know how to answer that? Because here we use both, to be honest.
Uh, both data. I've heard data, but I would go to Google and I would ask, there is a dictionary called Merriam-Webster, and it
Mhm.
shows the possible pronunciations of that, I would usually do that. I usually go to a dictionary to
Or
just to make
maybe
sure.
with good reference.
Yeah, also I like the Cambridge
Or what
dictionary.
reference is a good
Yes,
pronunciation.
they are this dictionary is, yeah, the Merriam-Webster. It's great. It's fantastic.
because I have heard I have listened in videos that
Mm,
sometimes they say data or sometimes they say data in
yes,
YouTube videos.
yes, I know. I'm trying to search here, but okay. So wait, oh, what's this? Cambridge. So let's see. Yeah. So let's see how it goes. Okay. Well, here they don't help us very much.
Data. Data.
Um, but look at here.
What reference say data?
Yeah, but look at this. You see here they have three different pronunciations, and the last one is
Data.
but they don't say this one. This one is data. Um, data. It's complicated. So the
Yeah, it's true.
Merriam-Webster. I know it's so complicated. Data and data. Here we use both, guys. So, but here is like in between because, for example, the word center. Okay,
Data.
so okay, let's see. I don't know. It doesn't come. The sound doesn't come. I don't know.
Data.
Ah,
Data.
data. You see?
Data.
Data.
Could you hear that?
Data.
Yes, data and data.
Data and data. So
But
yeah.
data is the most common, I think. I don't know.
If I tell you by my experience, here we use both. I don't know about
Okay.
other countries, but here we use both. And here is weird because, for example, look at this word. Okay, center, right? So this is the American spelling, and this is the British spelling. Here we use the British spelling, but we use the American pronunciation. So the American pronunciation is more like center. The British is centra. But here we write centre, but we pronounce it like center.
Yes, I have
And
heard.
here is weird.
Yes, I have held center in videos
Mhm.
from
Yes.
American people.
Yeah. So data or data. Beautiful, huh? English is beautiful. Yeah. So funny. Okay. So let's move to the last part of this worksheet. Okay, so here you have to complete the sentences with science verbs. And you can use the word bank here. And then you have freeze, melt, and pour, right? So remember, freeze is when you put water in the freezer, right? So water turns into ice. That's freeze. So melt is the opposite. So let's say that you have an ice cube under the sun, so it melts, it becomes water, liquid. And pour is when you pass liquids from one container to another container, right? So let's say that you have a jar of lemonade and you pour water into a glass. That's pour. And here you have number one. So you can liquids from one container to another. Oh my goodness, I already said that. Okay, so what do you think is this one?
Teacher, before you
Please.
explained, I got in the chat put.
Sorry, I couldn't see the chat. Oh, poor. Oh, nice. Yeah, very well, Veronica.
And
Yes.
there's another that is not there, is sauté. It's like revolver.
Yes, yeah. It's more like for cooking. Or also you can use a stir, right? So maybe you have a spoon and you put the spoon inside the cup and you stir. I'm gonna write it in the chat. Okay, what about number two? When solids, they become liquids.
Melt or melt.
When solids melt, they become liquids. Yes, yeah, melt. Yeah, very well, Vanessa. And the last one, when liquids blank, they become solids.
Freeze.
Yeah, freeze is the last one, right? So when liquids freeze, they become solids. Yeah, like water, when water turns into ice. Yeah, freeze. Okay, perfect. Yeah, very well. Okay, so now let's go back to the PowerPoint presentation. And let's see. Okay, so now we have said before that we use present simple for routines, for things that we do regularly. Also, we use present simple to talk about things that are true about ourselves or at the present. And we also use present simple to talk about things that are facts or always true. But now we're gonna talk about a different use, okay? This use is when you're talking about something that is fixed in the future. And when I'm talking about something fixed in the future, I'm talking about something that it's planned, okay, in the future. Okay, so something that you have planned to do in the future. You can also talk about an arrangement or something that, yeah, will happen, but you are sure it will happen, right? So here we have some examples. The school term starts next week. So that is something, the school term is something that was already planned to start next week, right? It's not something like, oh, it maybe will happen. No, it's something that for sure will happen, okay? It's gonna happen next week, right? Or look at the next one. The train leaves at 19:45 this evening. Okay, so when you have schedules or when you have timetables, for example, here the train leaves at 19. This is 19:45 is 7:45 p.m. Right? So you use the present simple, and you're not talking about the present. No, you're talking about the future. But how do you know you're talking about the future and not the present? Um, what do you think? How do you know you're talking about the future in these sentences here?
Teacher, the time expression says that it's gonna happen in the future.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, thank you. Exactly. In all of these sentences, you have a time expression or time marker. For example, in the first one, you have next week. So that means future, right? Also, this evening, next week, right? We fly to Paris next week. Mhm. Or, for example, we go to church next Sunday, an example. Okay, so here I'm gonna show you more examples. Okay, so let's say that this is a yoga studio, okay, and you can say the yoga studio opens at 10:30 tomorrow. You see here the time expression is tomorrow, future, but you're using present simple, right? So the yoga studio, you can replace it with the pronoun it. And then the verb opens. So you add s at the end. So the yoga studio opens at 10:30 tomorrow. Lina has a yoga class at midday next Friday. And again, here we have the time expression for future, next Friday. You have Lina, which is the subject, but you can replace it by she. And then you have the verb in the present simple form for third singular person, right? So you have Lina has. Lina has a yoga class at midday next Friday. So remember, midday is like 12 o'clock, right? It's like at noon. You can say at noon, at midday. Okay. Any questions about this?
Teacher, I can use two words. For example, I can say I start to work.
Mhm.
Yes, it's possible to use two words.
I start, yeah, yeah, you can
For
use in
example,
that
if
case,
I
yes.
okay, teacher.
Yeah, you can say I start to work or I start working. Yeah, with a start, you can use both. Yeah. Mm. Let's say I start working, and this one is not present continuous, no, because here the verb is start. So I start working at,
Yes,
let's say 4 p.m. Um,
or this week.
this, yeah, this week. Yeah, why not? Yes. Or another example. So here in the chat, or if you want, you can tell me examples about you, okay? Another, the barber shop closes at 6 p.m. Okay. Veronica?
The software of my cell phone updates tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, good. Yeah, perfect. Nice. Yeah. Or for example, I pick up my children. I don't have children. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Okay, so this is not true. I don't have children, but yeah, I pick up my children tomorrow at 5 p.m. Yeah. Um, another one. Okay, so the school resumes classes. Oh, the school resumes classes next week. Resumes means start again. Okay, resume, okay, means start again. Start again or continue. I know, you know, this word is a false friend because it looks like a resumen in Spanish, but actually resumen in Spanish, resumen in English is summary. Okay, so summary is resumen.
Yes, the word resume appears a lot in video games.
Ah, yes, yeah, because let's say that you stop or you pause and then you restart or you continue. Let's say. Okay, Manolia says the discotheque opens at 10 tonight. Okay, you know discotheque. That word. It would be better if you say nightclub instead of discotheque because we use more nightclub. Yeah, but the present simple sentence was yeah perfect. Yeah, opens at. Mhm. Okay. Um, or for example, my mom gets um, the vaccine tomorrow. That's not true, but it's an example.
Classes start at 4 o'clock p.m.
Yes,
Every
nice.
Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah, yeah, nice. Yeah, because you're talking about something that is fixed, right? It's arranged. Yeah, very well. Okay, so I think you got it. Yes. Um, okay. So now here I brought a trip to New York. Okay, I'm gonna try to paste it to the chat. Okay. And we're gonna talk about this trip to New York. Okay. So we're gonna talk about the things that we are gonna do. Okay, you have here 7 days. For every day you have uh, some activities. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Okay, so for example, day first. So this day first is Friday. So on day first, you can say that the flight leaves at 2 p.m., right? 1400 is 2 p.m. So we check in at the Hotel Avalon. Okay. So that's the idea. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna try to ask our partners about different days. Okay. So for example, uh, you can ask, what are we gonna do? What are we going to do on day on Thursday, let's say. And then you have to say the sentences according to the day and in present simple. Okay. So I don't know, is that clear? You can use this question or, sorry, Natalia?
No. Yes, I was gonna say that the instructions are clear. I can only, I don't see very well the letters. I think it's
Oh,
very small. Can I make it a little bigger?
yes. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna try to, I posted to the chat. Can you see it in the chat?
I'm gonna check, teacher. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm gonna try to paste it again and okay. Okay, what about now? Can you see it now?
Yes, I can see well.
Ay,
Yeah?
sí, teacher, ahora sí.
Oh. It's 2020, right?
Ay,
Okay, yeah, 2020.
oh my God.
Yeah, this is so funny. Okay, so Natalia, I'm gonna ask you, and then you're gonna ask a partner. I don't know the day you prefer. Okay, you don't need to ask in order. Okay. So, for example, let's say that I ask you. Oh, you can also ask with this one with present simple questions. For example, when does the plane leave? Uh,
Okay.
when does what time? Let's say what time. Natalia?
I want to start, teacher. I have to make a question, right? And I have to choose one person.
Yes, you have to choose one person. Yeah.
A ver, a ver. Maybe Silvana.
Okay.
Okay. So, Silvana. A ver, a ver. Pero
You're,
no todas tienen. No todas tienen. No todas
no.
tienen hora, ¿no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you can also use the day.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. See, they have day for Monday.
Okay. So, Silvana, so when do we go to Central Park to visit the Guggenheim Museum?
When do we go? Okay, we go to Saturday
So in
in
that
the
case,
morning.
so
I don't.
we go on Saturday.
Okay.
Saturday, yeah, Saturday, you
Okay.
said morning. But
We go on Saturday in the morning. Um, and what's this? And visit the, I don't know, teacher. How can I say?
oh, yeah, it's okay because what she asked you was only about the day, right?
Ah, okay, okay, okay. Sorry.
No,
Excuse
it's
me.
okay. It's okay. So now, Silvana, you can ask another question to a partner, a different partner.
Okay. Heidi. Heidi, what are we gonna do on Monday? Mm, is Heidi here?
Oh, I don't know. Let me see. Heidi? Yeah, Heidi is supposed to be here.
Or Vanessa? Okay, Heidi.
Okay, I'm here. On Monday, we have a special breakfast at the hotel and go to the Broadway to see a play.
Hmm. Yes, nice. And go to Broadway. Nice, Vanessa. Vanessa, and now you will ask somebody else about another
Okay,
activity.
maybe Natalia. What do we do on Thursday?
Yeah, nice. What do we do on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Natalia?
Natalia
Ay,
or
no,
Magnolia.
oh, no, mejor dicho, apagué la vaina cuando respondí y la volví a encender cuando me callé.
Oh
vuelvo,
my
vuelvo y
goodness.
respondo, perdón, que estas son cosas de la technology. I'm sorry, guys. On Tuesday, we visit some New York skyscrapers like the Empire State Building.
Oh, nice. Yeah, very well. Okay, Natalia. Well, I know you already asked somebody else, but I don't know, maybe if you ask Magnolia or yeah, yeah, I think Magnolia is missing. So can you ask Magnolia one of these questions?
What do we do on Tuesday, teacher? It's
That was an
okay.
example that they already used. Mhm.
Uh,
So, but wait a minute, Magnolia, because Natalia will ask you. Okay.
mm,
Okay, I'm gonna ask
what is the
a Magnolia, ¿cierto? Magno?
Yes, yes. Mhm.
Magno, so what time does the flight leave on Friday?
Okay, that's a good one.
okay? One moment. I see. Monday.
No, oh, no, on Friday.
Friday. Okay. At four 40 o'clock. No, no. Mm,
Yes, yes. It's
okay.
14. Yeah, it's 1400, but it's 2 p.m. That's the military time. Usually, people in army use this kind of time. This kind of
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. But it's the flight leaves at 2 o'clock p.m.
yeah, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, nice. Yeah, very
Okay.
well.
Yo falto.
Oh, you're missing. Okay. So, Magnolia, can you please make a question for Veronica?
Okay. Mm, do you
Mag-
do you like to visit Central Park?
Yes, I do. But that question is not in
yeah, it's
the.
not in the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. No worries. Maybe I'll ask you the question. Okay, so when is the guided tour to the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island? When is it?
Mm,
Mm, it's on Sunday.
Yes. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Very well. Yeah. Well done, Veronica. Okay, guys. So that was the idea, right? So when you have a schedule or a timetable or something that is fixed, you can also use present simple. The most important thing is to use time expressions that let other people know that you're talking about a future event, right? For example, my wedding is in May. That's an example. That's not true, right? But that's an example. So you can use present simple for future. Okay, so now you can also use present simple in the future after time words like when, after, before. You can also use if and unless. Look at the examples. I'll talk to John when I see him. Now, in the first part of this sentence, I'm gonna zoom out. Oh my. You have I will. This is the contraction, okay? I will. I will talk to John. This part is future, right? This part is future. I will talk to John. When? So remember, every time you're using these words, when, after, before, if, unless, okay? After that, you can use present simple, okay? So I'll talk to John when I see him. So here, I see him is the present simple form. I see, right? I see him. Why? Because when you're using these words, when, until, if, right? They are the conditions, okay? So if this part happens, you will do the other part in the future, okay? So when I see my mother, I will take her to a nice restaurant. Okay, so when I see my mother, I will take her to a nice restaurant. Okay, or for example, When I see the teacher, I will ask her to explain the lesson or to explain the exercise. So until I see that person, I will do the other thing. Okay. So please let me know if you need more clarification, more explanation. I have more examples here. Now look at this one. You must finish your work before you go home. Notice that here you don't use will, right? But here you're also talking about a condition, right? So you must finish your work before. Okay. Okay. Before you go home. And then here we have the present simple form. And here you must finish. So here, before this condition happens, this is something that is mandatory to do. Okay, so you must finish your work before you go home. So if you don't finish your work, you won't go home. It's basically what it says, right? And then here, if it rains, we'll get wet. Okay. Now, if is the key word. Okay. If states the condition, if it rains. So if this happens, if it rains is the present simple form. We will get wet. This is the consequence, the result, right, in the future. And then he won't come unless you ask him. Okay, now look at this. Unless is the word. Unless means that if this doesn't happen, okay, the contrary result will be the other, okay? For example, here, he won't come, he will not, right? This is the result, the thing that could happen in the future. Unless, a menos, unless you ask him. And this is the present simple form. Right? So he won't come, él no vendrá a menos que le preguntes. Okay? So if you don't ask him, he won't come. Any questions about this part?
Teacher, if it rains, will get wet is first conditional.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
that's correct. Okay, yes. Yeah, that's why if is the condition part, actually. And it should be in the present simple and the other part should be in future with will. Okay. Now, here I brought you an activity. This one is very short. I'm gonna post it to the chat. You can do it by yourself and just take a screenshot. Oh, Vanessa says you would talk with your boss before you travel this week. Yes. Yeah, very well, Vanessa. Yes, because well, what I think you intended to say is that you should ask for permission to your boss or something like that, or you should, yeah, like you should talk to your boss about your trip or something like that. Okay. Okay, so what do you have to do? You just have to fill in the blanks. here you will find the words in one panel, okay? The words that you may need to use to fill in the gaps, okay? Please take a screenshot when you are done, when you finish filling the blanks. Okay, so remember, if you have any questions about the activity, just let me know. After you finish, provide I'm gonna provide you with feedback. So we're gonna go over every single question.
Teacher, did you send it through the chat because I cannot find it?
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Let me see because I don't know, mine is not updating. I don't know what's going on. Wait.
Oh, sorry. Um, yeah. So otherwise, I'll try to send it to your private chat. Do you find it or no? Mm.
I got it, teacher. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So Heidi has finished. Okay. Yeah. Very nice, Heidi. Well done. Okay, also Veronica. Yes, 100%. Yeah, very well. Magnolia also finished. Okay, 78. Okay, some. Oh, okay, I see. Book. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so no worries. We're gonna go through the answers. Silvana. Okay, 100%. Very well. Nice. Okay. So we already have Silvana, Magnolia, Veronica, Heidi, Natalia. Mm. Oh, Vanessa. Yeah, 100% as well. Yeah, very well. Natalia, you shared the link to the activity. But it's not the screenshot of your score. Yeah. Okay, Vanessa. Okay, congratulations. Yeah, very well. Very nice. Mm. Okay.
Teacher, deme un segundo que me dejó de funcionar, entonces me toca cerrar Skype, volverlo a abrir.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no worries.
Yes, teacher, I have the same problem. I
You
can see
too?
the chat, I can leave the meeting and start again.
I'm sorry about that. Mm. Yeah, well, but at least you could do it, Vanessa. Nice. Okay, so let's wait for Natalia. I don't know if you, yeah, I know that sometimes we have problems when we're switching from one website to the Skype app. So I completely understand. Yeah. Okay, so Natalia, yeah, very well, 100%. Yeah, well done. Yeah. Okay, so now let's go over the answers. Okay, so here so this is activity, right? So I must write the date in my journal. I forget. So what do you answer here, guys?
Before.
Before, right? Before I forget. So it's, yeah, usually you use this expression when you don't wanna, for example, in my daily life, I must set an alarm before I forget an event. Okay, so otherwise, if I don't set an alarm for an event, the next day I would completely miss out the event. So let's wait under the tree. Blank, it stops raining. What do you answer here? What was your answer here? Or what was your guess?
Until teacher.
Until, right? Until. You cannot say before, right? No, because you are waiting under the tree because it's already raining, right? So you have to wait until the the rain finishes or the rain stops. And what about the next one? We won't get a table in the restaurant if we don't
Book.
book. So book is a noun, it's a thing, right? So usually we use books for school or university, right? But also book is a verb, it's an action. So book is when you make a reservation, right? So you call and you say, I would like a table for two on Monday. That's a booking. I'll pay you back blank I get my first salary. So what was your guess here? What did you answer?
Until
Until I get my salary. Okay.
And the next sentence is when.
Yes. Okay. So I will pay you back until I get my first salary.
Is when.
It's when, right? Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
because I want to work until, right? In this one, I want to work until I am, oh, but I cannot, okay. Yeah, when I can go
Unless.
unless you pay for my
uh,
ticket. Yes, and this one, I
un,
want to work until. Until means hasta.
when.
Excuse me,
When?
teacher.
Hmm.
Okay, no worries, that happens. I
It's
must
my
renew my
raincoat.
passport before, right? Before I go to New York.
Mm,
Mm,
okay.
yes. Yeah, so remember, book is when you make a reservation. Yeah, so well done. Okay, so now let's switch to the PowerPoint presentation again. Okay. Okay, so we already said that we can use the present simple to talk about future, right? But we also can use the present simple to talk about the past. For example, when you are telling a story or when you are making a summary, right? A summary, you remember, a resumen, summary. Now look at the example. I was walking down the street the other day when suddenly this man comes up to me and tells me he has lost his wallet and asks me to lend him some money. Well, he looks a bit dangerous, so I'm not sure what to do. And while we are standing there, okay, so here this person is telling a story, right? As you can see, this person is mixing tenses. I was walking, that's past continuous. But look at the words in red. Okay, so the words in red are present simple forms, right? I am not sure. Why? Because when you are telling stories, you are mixing tenses, okay? So, for example, yo estaba trabajando cuando el hombre me dice esto, right? So you're using past continuous, but you're also using present simple. Now, when you are making summaries, for example, Harry Potter goes to Hogwarts school. He has two close friends, Hermione and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so again, here you're using present simple to make a summary, right? Or you can use present simple to tell a story. So now I want you to think about something that happened to you, or maybe in the past, or maybe you can tell me about your favorite movie, right? For example, this one. So talk about your favorite movie. This one is Harry Potter. Yeah, this is an example, but it's up to you, okay? Um, and let us know like a short summary about your favorite movie. So try to use the present simple to talk about that story. Okay. Okay. So I'll give you some time. I'm gonna give you I'll give you like 5 minutes. Okay. And very short, maybe in 3 lines, 3 sentences. You can tell me the story, the your favorite movie, or the story that happened to you in the past, but using present simple. Okay. So do you understand what to do? Do you have questions about that? I'll give you one example. Okay. So let's say last year I went to a clothing store, and the saleswoman asks me if I am from the Philippines. So I say I say that I am not Filipino. I'm actually Colombian, and she was shocked. And then she she asks me that maybe I had some Filipino relatives or family members, and then I say no, yeah, but yeah, she freaks out, and so something like that. Okay, something very easy. Or for example, the other day I was walking down the street, and um, and a girl uh, asks me about the time I I had my phone with me, but it was uncharged, so I couldn't answer her question. Whatever you want. Or favorite movie. Let's talk about, I don't know, a favorite movie. Maybe Titanic. It's not true, but so Titanic. In this movie, a huge a huge cruise ship sinks into the Atlantic Ocean, and lots of people die. But there's a guy who is poor, and he falls in love with a rich woman, but she's engaged to a rich man. And okay, so something like that. Okay. So please let me know when you are ready. Favorite movie or something that happened to you in the past.
Okay. My favorite movie is called The Hangover, and in that movie, um, there were three guys that found he that found their friend uh, by what by uh, they found their friend after they saw a mattress in the roof because the last night they were twisted. It's a synonym of drunk.
Sorry?
Twisted is a synonym of drunk. So I mean,
Ah, okay.
yes, they found their friend in the roof
Yes.
of the hotel.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Hangover. Yeah, the only thing is as you are using this you're supposed to use present simple, right? So instead of found, you can say they find their friend on the roof of the hotel, right? Yeah, they find.
Okay.
I know we're talking about something in the past, but as you are retelling the story, you are making a summary. So that's why you have to use present simple, right? So they find it's imagine that when you are speaking, even in Spanish, you can use this structure. For example, you let's say you're talking to a friend um, about that movie. So the movie is called Hangover, right? La película se llama Hangover. And so it's a story about three friends. I don't know.
They
And
were four, but
four.
one was lost.
Okay. In that case, there are four friends, but one is lost. He's lost because actually he was drunk. In that case, you can use past simple. Remember, when you are retelling a story, you can use different tenses, but try to also include present simple.
Okay, I can say in the movie, they look for their friend,
Mhm.
and at the end of the movie, they find their friend
Yes.
on the roof.
Yes. Yeah. Perfect. Mhm. Nice. Sorry, Vanessa, you raised your hand before.
Okay, teacher, neither. And my favorite movie is The Fall in a Star. And this is a movie to remember that we only have one day to live.
Mm,
And the main characters are two young people, a man and a woman, but are very young. They have
mhm.
cancer in different parts. They have a man have cancer in the I don't in the no sé cómo decirlo, es cáncer de rótula. And they had about throat, ella en la garganta. And they travel, and now excuse me, they have a dream to know your favorite writer, and they travel to Amsterdam for knowing. When they return, he dies, even though she seems to be sicker. And she mentions a phrase that I love. And she says, "Some infinites are greater than other infinites." It's
Mm.
a very interesting movie.
Okay, yeah, very well, Vanessa. Yeah, returns. Yeah, yeah. You use many verbs in present simple. Yeah, very well. Nice. Yeah, well done. Uh, but patella cancer. Patella. Oh, wow. I haven't heard about that before. Okay, so anyone else wanna give it a try?
Okay, I have a movie. I have an all-time favorite movie. It is called The Mirror Has Two Faces, and the actors are Barbara Streisand,
Oh,
Jeff Bridges,
okay.
and that is
Uh-huh.
like a very old movie now, because I think it was shot in the 90s. But the
Uh-huh.
story goes like this. She is a woman. She's a professor of literature at a university in New York, and she is a little bit self-conscious because she's a little fat and she's not as beautiful as her sister. And her mother shows a big preference for the beautiful sister. So she grows a little bit insecure, and now she's in this age, like in her 40s, and she hasn't found a husband yet, and she lives with her mom. And one day, her sister, who married a very handsome guy that she liked, by the way, decides to enroll her in a page, to find a boyfriend. It's a love,
Oh,
a
okay.
dating page, and in that page there is a guy who is another professor at the same university she works, but he works in the mathematics department, and the guy is looking for a woman that is not so attractive because he has issues controlling his emotions. When the person is too attractive, he just can't control himself somehow. I don't know, the guy goes crazy somehow. So when they meet, they become very good friends. They like each other, and they start this relationship. And 3 months later, in a relationship that looks more like a friendship, he decides to propose to her,
Oh.
and they get married. But they get married under very strange conditions. Like, for example, he doesn't want to have any sexual intercourse, and he mentions that sex ruins relationships. And she's, imagine, she's a literature professor. She's all about feelings, emotions, her
Mm.
imagination, creativity, and especially to express emotions. And she found that, okay, well, maybe uh, he married me because nobody else would have done it, like, now that I'm not that beautiful. But in the middle of the relationship, she decides, to step forward, and like, one day she says, I want to have sex, and the relationship goes downhill, like, from there, because the
Oh.
guy couldn't, like, he wanted to, but at the same time he didn't want to, because he was scared that feeling attracted to her would ruin the good relationship they had built as
Mm.
friends. So there is a moment, at that moment he had to go to another country, and she
Mhm.
decides to use that trip to do extreme makeover. She starts exercising. She dyes her hair. Finally, she gets a person who assess her on how to make up, and when the guy comes back from Europe 3 months later, she is a bombshell. She's like
Oh
super
my.
gorgeous. She looks really, really attractive, and he doesn't know what to do, because he wasn't expecting his wife to look so pretty. And then he goes back to his old problems. And then after that they decide to break up. She leaves him, and then the guy, at the end, he realizes that he's in love with her,
Oh.
attractive or not. And she also realizes that she loves him, and the end of the movie is beautiful, because
Oh.
they stay together. But it's like the old lady that becomes, it's like Ugly Betty, but
Mhm.
the American version is really, really sweet. My favorite movie ever se llama así: El espejo tiene dos caras. The mirror has two faces. So I do recommend it if you can see it.
Yeah, I was watching the trailer in these days on Netflix, but I wasn't sure to watch it. So now I'll give it a try. Yeah, for sure. I'll watch it. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, great, fantastic. Okay, everyone. We have finished for today our class, but I don't know if you have any comments, any questions, or if you want to give it a try to the exercise. We can try one more if you want. So it's up to you. No? Okay. So it was really nice to have you today. I'm gonna post this link here. I'm gonna post it to the chat. This is just to exercise. Here you can find more grammar explanations about present simple. You can also find quizzes. Yeah, this is just to practice if you want to, yeah, to practice at home. Okay. Okay. So bye guys. Take care.
Teacher, thank you so much.
Bye bye. Thank you very much. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.